Good morning and welcome to my Slimming World Vlogmas, day 20. What do you call a polar bear wearing earmuffs? Anything you want, he can't hear you. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk today about my Christmas survival tips. I've been on Slimming World for nearly 2 years, so I survived last Christmas with a £0.5 loss in Christmas week and a £3 loss in New Year's Eve week. I just want to start by saying that I'm not perfect. I still have the same temptations as everybody. I have the same motivation. I want to lose weight. I want to be happy with my body, and it's not easy for any of us to survive the festive season. But I just thought I'd do a little tips video and share what worked for me last year, what plans I've made for this year, and hopefully it will help you. And if you have any tips or questions or queries, we can all have a chat in the comments. I have made a few notes, so excuse me if I look down. But the first couple of most important things are to plan. Plan everything. Plan your meals, even if they're going to be off plan, as the terminology is, or flexi-sin, or whatever you want to call it. Then plan them, know in your head what you're going to be eating, and it will make you feel more in control. The second most important thing is prepare, or preparation. There's lots of batch cooking, lots of little Christmas recipes out there, and if you have a freezer then it's there to be used. And also, if you've prepared a lot of your meals or a lot of your buffet snacks or whatever, then you can relax and enjoy the festive season. The next thing is, remember, it's about choice power. And a lot of people talk about willpower, but for me it's about choice and choosing what I want to eat and what I want to spend my sins on, or what I want to flexi-sin with. So remember, it's your choice. And finally, before I get into the specifics, is stay on plan when you can. So there are 21 meals in a week. Don't know how many that makes in a month, but I'm sure we don't all need to throw away the whole idea of Slimming World in December. There are plenty of opportunities throughout December to be on plan and to have a good meal and to be for it to be food optimised. So stay on plan when you can, and that will help you stay motivated and keep it ticking over through the month of December and through the festive season. Right, so as I said, last year I was on plan every day up until Christmas, and you can see that in last year's Vlogmas videos, which are in a playlist called Vlogmas 2016. I found that really helpful to be on plan in the 24 days leading up to Christmas, because then I could relax a little bit on Christmas Day and Boxing Day and enjoy those days for what they are. As I said, I lost £0.5 in the Christmas week and £3 in the first week of New Year. I lost a total of £10.5 in December 2016. So that was my reward, if you like, for being motivated and being determined and deciding what it was, or choosing what it was that I really wanted for Christmas. I made a meal plan for the special days. So in my head I planned what I was going to eat, and I'll talk about that in a little while. I we online shop, so we could get a lot of the things that were needed online rather than going into the shops and seeing all the tempting things there. Another thing about choice is you can choose what your treats and indulgences are going to be, and I'll come on to that a bit later on as well. So my meal plan for Christmas Day last year, and I'll insert a picture here, well I'll insert a picture at the end. My breakfast was eggs, bacon and tinned tomatoes. So the idea behind that was I didn't want to use my healthy extra B. I wanted to sort of save that for later. My dinner was chicken breast, oxo roast potatoes, Linda McCartney rosemary and red onion sausages, parsnips, butternut squash, broccoli and carrots, and Marks and Spencer's chicken gravy. And no, I don't exactly know the sins for those things, but I chose wisely and I saved my sins for what I wanted to spend them on. Then I had a St Clement's cheesecake with sweetened fromage frais. I don't have a picture of that, but it's in the recipes in the Festive Feast book. For my tea, I had a white bread cake with lighter than light mayo, Slimming World sausage rolls and leftover veg. In the bread cake I had leftover chicken and one of the Linda McCartney sausages. And then for pudding after that I had some of my mincemeat parcels. Recipe will be going up over the next few days, with a banana and custard yoghurt. And snacks in the evening were a small slice of Andrew's Christmas cake, which is roughly about 5 sins for 30 grams. Breadsticks, the Tesco mini ones for 4 sins. Some Baby Bell cheese for my healthy extra A, and a vodka and Diet Coke. I'm not exactly sure how many sins, but I think that was about between 40 and 50 sins for Christmas Day. So yeah, it was a flexi sin day, and I enjoyed it, but I kept myself in control. I chose what I wanted to spend my sins on, and I food optimised with my third speed. Keep in mind your appetite and listen to your body. So I didn't need a huge massive plate. I didn't need tins of biscuits or chocolate. I had my treats, what I wanted to eat, and because my Christmas dinner filled me up and my puddings, I didn't need to snack on other things. So listen to your body and listen to your appetite. Just because it's Christmas, do you really need to overeat? Do you really need to be sitting there feeling, oh, my stomach is so full? It's not an excuse. It's just Christmas. And we can still enjoy it, but be wise with our choices. I was then on plan 100% for Boxing Day and the days in between, using my sins for the things that I had cooked or Christmas cake, biscuits, etc. So for example, Andrew had a tin of shortbread and Marks and Spencer's chocolate biscuits, and I think I worked out that they were 6 or 7 sins, the chocolate biscuits. So they were there if I wanted one for me to spend my sins on. There's a huge range of free food in the book, so don't forget to maximise your free food and speed foods to keep yourself full, saving your sins for later on. All the potatoes, all the chicken, Slimming World sausages, Linda McCartney sausages, all the veg, all the fruit, all the fish. Such a wide range of free foods to keep you full. Have yourself a really nice meal, and then save yourself some sins for later on to enjoy those treats and things maybe that people have bought you. Look up the sins for things, and then you can make a wise decision rather than thinking, I'm just going to eat that and then check it out later. Excuse me. On New Year's Day, we had Andrew's parents over for a visit. Andrew's mum made a famous trifle, so I had some of that. It's an orange trifle with Madeira cake in, jelly, and topped with cream, or custard and cream, and little flakes. I have no idea what the sins were on that, but I had a small portion of that on New Year's Day. I had a beef roast dinner, which again is easily food optimised, and a buffet type evening meal, which we'll be doing the same again this year. For a buffet, there are lots and lots of Slimming World friendly recipes. There's the Slimming World sausage rolls, some again of which I've made this year, half a sin each. There's no need to feel deprived. I've also made vegetable samosas, and it's easy to make meat ones that are 1 sin each. There's lots of Slimming World friendly cheesecake desserts, trifles. If you have the time to make yourself some things like that, then you can, alright, you may spend a few more sins than 15, but you'll be a lot more on plan than you would eating things that you would buy out of the traditional buffet fare on offer in the supermarkets. So yeah, again, I had some of my sausage rolls and sweet mincemeat parcels with a white bread cake again. That's my little treat. That's what I decided to spend my sins on, the white bread cake. It was sort of, I had not had my healthy extra B, and what I would say is, if you don't feel like you need your healthy extra A and B on Christmas Day, don't just have it for the sake of it. Have it within a meal, have it instead of something else that you would be having, and that way you can save a few little sins. There's no point sitting down in the evening and thinking, oh, I haven't had my healthy A and B. I've eaten all this food, but I still need my healthy A and B. So, you know, it's just something else to think about. Remember not to over cater. It's so easy to buy. Probably I have done it yesterday at Marks and Spencer's. 24 sausage rolls for 4 people. Pies, quiche, and all that. You're going to have all these left over if people don't eat them. So send your leftovers home with your guests. Don't have them left over in the house. Look out for those special unplanned treats that are available. So for example, last year I had the Marks and Spencer's Christmas mulled wine flavoured tea. I can't find it this year, which is a real shame. But that was a real treat for me, having a fruit tea that was a Christmas flavour. Really, really nice. Posh vegetables from Marks and Spencer's or wherever. Make them nice. Maybe add a little bit of sweet freedom syrup or skinny syrup to your parsnips and carrots for that glazed effect. Low fat sausages, clementines, things you might not ordinarily spend money on, and enjoy them instead of spending your money on the higher sin treat foods. Spend your money on nice, unplanned treats for yourself to enjoy. Choose what you're going to spend your sins on wisely, and choose your food wisely. For example, do you really need roast potatoes cooked in goose fat? I found my OXO roast potatoes to be just as nice. Do you really need full fat mayo on your sandwich? Could you make an omelette or an egg wrap with leftovers rather than bread or pastry? Just things there for you to think about. As I've said, remember your 1/3 speed. That will help with your portion control of the other things on your plate. It's so easy to do at Christmas with the lovely veg around, and it will help you reduce your portions of other food and keep you full. For a buffet or sandwich meal, you can still serve leftover veg, stir fry, roasted veggies, or a nice side salad. I believe the Slimming World potato salad from Iceland, if it's still available, that would be really nice. Or make your own, along with make your own coleslaw. Again, if you've got a little bit of time set aside, then that would be really nice. Coleslaw, you could just get one of the coleslaw kits from the supermarket. Quite a few of them do them, and often they have their own mayo inside in a little packet. Well, you just discard that and use your own mixture, fromage frais and lemon juice made. As I've said, I decided not to indulge in any unnecessary snacking. I decided not to buy chocolate tubs and boxes of biscuits. Andrew got a few treats for himself, and I knew they were there if I wanted to spend my sins on them. And as I say, looking up the sins for things before eating really helps my decision making. And also having my own bag of sins and things people have got me for Christmas, like the green and black chocolate, mini bars of chocolate, I could think, well, I don't want to spend 6 sins on one of Andrew's biscuits when I've got a bit of Christmas cake and some chocolate to eat later on, where I'm really going to enjoy that. As I've said it before, I'm probably repeating myself again because I'm getting ahead of my notes, but look through old magazines and recipe books for slim and well friendly buffet snacks and desserts. Sausage rolls, vegetable samosas, sweet mincemeat parcels, phyllo pastry is your friend. I found 2 or 3 good recipes in the mags made with phyllo pastry. I know there was one cherry bakewell tart thing and a lemon curd type thing made from phyllo pastry, and they're all 2 or 3 sins. With your sausage rolls and your samosas, your salad, your lean meats, your healthy extra A cheese, healthy extra B bread cake, low fat mayonnaise, celery sticks, cucumber sticks, tomatoes, peppers, dip made with quark. You know, you could have a really good buffet from all of that food. Boiled eggs. There's loads of cheesecake and trifle recipes. Remember to treat yourself, so don't deny yourself. Your sins are there to be used. Think how much you'd spend on Christmas food usually, and use this money to buy ingredients for recipes and sin treats. Cooking and baking is another way to keep your hands busy. So making all these nice recipes slim and well friendly is going to keep your mind and your hands busy, and it's going to take your mind off thinking about going out, thinking about going shopping. Hi-fi bar, if you are out shopping, hi-fi bars and other bars and snacks are great. Do some research into, if you're out and about shopping, do some research into salads, box salads, Nando's, things like that are going to be on plan for when you're out and about. I love cheese and crackers and breadsticks. That's another really good Christmas tradition. So I'll be using Tesco mini breadsticks, which are 4 sins for the pack. Cathedral City Light minis, 2 for your healthy extra A if you get the light ones. Onion and chive cottage cheese, flavoured quark or fromage frais for dips. Use your imagination to make your favourite snacks slim and well friendly, and ask at your group or in Facebook groups for tips and tricks, because I'm sure somebody out there has fancied something and been able to make it slim and well friendly. Excuse me. For me, alcohol is empty calories, but we all know what the lower sin alcohol drinks are, such as your spirits with diet mixers. If you do want to drink wine or cider, maybe just measure it so you know how many sins you're spending. Then you're in control. I do like the vodka and Diet Coke in the little tins you can get from Tesco. So it's kind of up to you, but for me, spending 15 sins on cider or 2 or 3 glasses of wine isn't worth what I could have for those sins. I found it really helpful to talk to my family and friends. I asked them not to buy me any chocolate and treats, or I suggested things that were slim and well friendly, such as I always say, fruit teas, green and blacks mini chocolate bars. Again, things that I wouldn't normally buy for myself, I would ask them to buy me. Some nice grapes, nice clementines, lovely, lovely things. Ask them for support, and also ask them not to offer you treats and drinks. If you're sat in your house or in somebody else's house, and you can maybe just have a quiet word with the host and say, don't offer me it. If you want something, you can ask for it or decide yourself if you want it. Just because someone's offering you it doesn't mean you have to take it. I'm lucky in a way because I'm not a social butterfly, so I don't have a lot of Christmas dinners and nights out and things like that. But if you do go out, maybe make wise choices, eat before you go, look up the sins so you can make a wise decision. The most important thing is, after you've been out, get back on plan as soon as you can. I can still make a choice and have a great time. Take supplies in your handbag. Set an allowance for flexi sins. Make a plan for the morning or the day after and get back on it. So, another thing I did over Christmas, Andrew was working a lot over the Christmas period and I had some days off. So I volunteered to do the extra walks with Alfie that Andrew would normally do. Alfie's my dog. I did 2 dog walks a day, and I did YouTube exercise videos. If the weather's not great, then YouTube is a great tool, not just for Slimming Whale vlogs, but there's some great exercise videos out there, free. We also had a lovely walk by the canal on Christmas Day. So I would emphasise that this is all about choice. We can all choose what we eat, choose what we spend our sins on, choose to use a flexi sin day, choose to keep control or lose it and let it go. And whatever you choose is absolutely fine. If we get again on the scales, we must accept it and move on, turn over a new page and start afresh. And finally, I'd like to say, remember why you started your weight loss journey. We all have our reasons, whether it's our children, a photograph that we saw, or living a healthy lifestyle. People will say, oh go on, you have to have a life. But I'm living a much better and healthier life than I ever was before. So remember why you're doing this. Is it really worth a gain on the scales for all those lovely treats? It's up to you. I hope that's helped. I hope you've got some hints and tips. Please exchange your hints and tips in the comments. Ask any questions. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.